Although once considered a wrestling dead zone, the UK's fighting populace has taken to MMA with rigor and excitement over the last decade. Not only have the nations that make up the British Isles learned how to wrestle, but their fighters have captured the hearts of the wider MMA community and become some of the biggest names in the sport.
Ireland, baby!
Scotland brought Craig,
back up to his feet. Oh my God,
Ray,
Down, late takedown. Beautiful.
and Wood.
Spinning back fist for Jojo!
England gave us Bisping, Edwards, and Pimblett. And of course,
the reigning, defending,
The one! The only!
Ireland gifted us the notorious Conor McGregor. But what about Wales?
A real rise in Welsh MMA. I think that's due to probably us being one of the more forgotten nations then, let's say, in Europe, you know.
Well-rounded, athletic, and constantly improving in every aspect of MMA, Oban, the Welsh GANGSTER Elliott's rise to the UFC has been nothing short of spectacular.
That's a landing for him. Oh, he's down! What a knockout! Back to Kansas. Yeah, he's winding up.
Bennett. He gets it back and looks to
Oban's story is one of struggle, grief, and triumph. Now carrying the weight of a nation, will Oban buckle under the pressure? Or will he rise to the occasion and start a new lineage of future Welsh UFC champions? Born in Merthyr Tydfil in December of 1997, Oban Elliott's start in life wasn't easy, losing his father Paul to suicide when he was just 7 years old.
It just completely brought my entire world down when he died.
The loss of his father had a profound impact on Elliott.
They wouldn't let me go to primary school because I was on suicide watch, you know what I mean?
But, inspired by his late father's amateur boxing career, he chose to take up combat sports and embarked on a journey he hoped would have made his father proud.
It's always going to happen. I had these shorts made, right? It's like my dad's boxing shorts when I was a kid. No, when he was boxing, I had them made the same. That was these dethrone shorts.
But Elliott didn't simply jump into the cage, gain instant success, and turn his life around overnight. Until recently, Oban was doing night shifts on the rail tracks of South Wales to support himself, working from 10 p.m. until late morning. Oban built his training and fighting life around back-breaking labor.
Yeah, when I'm not training, I'm working full time, labouring on a building site. It's not pretty, it's not glamorous. 5 o'clock, in my work stuff, wash the dust out my hair in the shower, grab my bag, straight up the gym till 8 o'clock every night, and that's Monday to Friday every day.
Before moving to MMA, a young Welsh gangster was gathering experience fighting older opponents in kickboxing in regional Welsh events.
I remember fighting this 19-year-old in Colwyn Bay with like a crowd in a cage. It was on an MMA card, and my coach lied to, and I was 18. I was 15.
Upon turning 19, Oban decided it was time to take his first amateur MMA fight. Cage Warriors had recently begun expanding into Wales, and Elliott made his debut in its very first academy show. While many fighters use such opportunities to gain experience, Oban was making statements for the whole UK scene to hear. Dusting off the amateur scene with relative ease, Elliott became the Cage Warriors Academy champion, finishing all 7 of his opponents, mostly by way of knockout. Now one of the highest-ranked amateurs in the UK, Elliott transitioned seamlessly into his professional career, picking up stoppage victories over Brett Hassett, Wally Ski Kemp,
takes the back and looks to unload with a series of right hands, and it's over.
and James Lilly.
Big squeeze, this is over.
Big squeeze from Oban Elliott, and there's the submission.
I wanted people to turn around and say, look at Oban Elliott, look at him, look what he's doing. Because it's unheard of in Merthyr for people to succeed like that. And
It wouldn't be until his 4th fight against future champion Michael Figlak that Oban's epic win streak would finally be snapped. After the fight, Oban was taken to the hospital after experiencing significant pain in his chest, and doctors discovered he had a rare heart condition, and Elliott's fighting career seemed to be uncertain.
What you do for a living, is this your financial thing? We don't think we could ever do this again.
Determined to keep his dreams alive, Oban figured out that cutting weight seemed to exacerbate his condition, and if he transitioned to a higher weight class, he could continue to pursue his goals.
It became more and more stable until it was just completely normal. So then, basically, I have a condition where if I'm in a severely ill thing, like a severe ill condition, like I've lost a lot of weight, you know what I mean? Like it could happen, you know, but it's under control. I have no issues, but I take no medication.
Fighting at a more natural weight class was better for his 6-foot frame and allowed him to keep his body healthier.
What a knockout for Oban Elliott!
Adversity was nothing new to the Welsh gangster. Knowing the importance of perseverance, he pushed through a tough spell to emerge a new man in 2022. After a round 1 victory over fellow prospect Herkis Lukashune, it was time for a step up in competition for the Welsh prodigy, and former middleweight champion Matthew Bonner was exactly the test he needed.
Which is, you defend against the anchoring arm, but it's not enough.
This is really, really strong work. 10 seconds for the round as well.
Big combination for Bonner. He's wobbled right here. This could be it.
So tied in this position and locking up this rear naked choke. This looks
that's in.
very similar to the finish of the...
Yeah.
Looking substantially bigger, but not a whole lot. And it's over.
Going in, Elliott was a massive underdog, with almost 90% of fans on Tapology predicting Bonner to not only beat the Welshman, but finish him. Not to be deterred by the odds, Oban showed the improvements he'd made since his losses, and dominated Bonner to win a unanimous decision victory.
The champion, Jai Herbert, we've got Mason Jones, we've got Donovan Desmay, we've got the likes of Paddy Pimblett,
Frank Mir
Alexander Jakobsen,
and Fedor Emelianenko. Boys, neither one
none of you are the best, but one of you is next.
2 fights later, and the mistake of making Elliott a heavy underdog was repeated against James Sheehan, who Oban dusted off in another 3-round beating.
Oh, nice combination. Yeah, that's the one from Elliott. That's the one.
Now considered to be the best welterweight in Welsh MMA history, it was time for Oban to take yet another step forward in competition. This time, on Dana White's Contender Series.
Nah, because I shouldn't have got this far, so...
The Contender Series is designed as a place where regional prospects are matched against each other, and the victor is rewarded with a shot in the big leagues. However, Elliott's opponent, Kijk Brito, was far more than just a regional talent.
Fighting toilet cleaners that have a 1-fight release on the UFC, that get a nice little, blue corner job every time. And I had to just fight that psychopath, you know what I mean?
A former Octagon champion, with over 80% of his victories coming via knockout, it was understandable why most picked the Brazilian. After a promising round 1, things were looking good for the young Welshman, but towards the end of round 2, Brito had Oban staring down the barrel of a last-second armbar.
Straight armbar. Yes. 3 seconds. 2 seconds.
That's tight. That's super tight.
For years I've been dreaming about getting to this position where I'm a 15-minute fight away from my lifetime goal. Then it really begins.
But Oban rallied in round 3 and outworked Kijk to secure the victory and earn himself a UFC contract for all his troubles.
There's many things that I love about fighters. One of the biggest ones is how bad do you want it? I don't know anybody that wants it badder than this kid does. I'm gonna give you the opportunity, kid, so good luck.
I don't know what that guy has got some serious mental resilience and toughness, and I was shouting at the screen like, come on, Oban.
His place in the UFC now set in stone, it was time for Oban to start letting his personality shine through also.
The first thing I saw in the comments was, what an obnoxious, cross-eyed goofball. And I thought, how do they know me so well?
That was a little bit of a Ric Flair and a Hulk Hogan. Where's the pose?
Oh, yeah. There's the pose. And
Love it.
I got 2 of these as well.
Now scheduled to face Val Woodburn in his UFC debut, Oban Elliott had caught many people's attention, including one of his lifelong heroes, Chael Sonnen.
Cheering you on from one gangster to another. You made all of us very proud, making it this far, but the journey just began. Let's get the win this weekend, stud.
Although recently coming off a loss to Bo Nickel, Woodburn was still recognized as a dangerous opponent to make one's debut against. Yeah, he may have lost to Bo, but Nickel is one of the favorites amongst prospects to one day wear a belt.
And then he's going to be fighting me, who's probably thinking,
it's not going to get much worse than Bo Nickal. It can't get much worse than Bo Nickal, can it? You know.
Both men hurt each other in the opening round, but it would ultimately be Elliott who managed to grind out the remaining 2 rounds all the way to victory. His dream of winning in the UFC was finally realized, and the world was notified of the Welsh Gangster's arrival.
You think what you want about that performance. I know how good I am. I know where I'm going. And as of February 17th, I am the man. And to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
And I'm saying, woo!
Oban's story transcends the realm of sport. It's a narrative of struggle, grief, and triumph. From the loss of his father at a tender age to the discovery of a rare heart condition, Oban faced challenges that could have shattered lesser spirits. Yet, inspired by his late father's legacy, he embarked on a journey through the unforgiving world of combat sports.
You've got Enzo Karzagi and Joe Karzagi. You've even got Richard Shaw, you've got Jack Shaw. It should have been Paul Elliott and Oban Elliott, and I'll never ever get that back.
As Oban stands victorious in the UFC, he not only carries the hopes and dreams of Wales, but also becomes a beacon of inspiration for anyone struggling with loss. The Welsh Gangster's journey is a testament to the indomitable spirit that fuels all fighters from the land of dragons.
If I've got a message for any young kid coming up, if you've got an idea and you want to be somewhere, don't stop. Don't take no for an answer. You know, if it's not going to be given to you, so go and take it.